Today's Wednesday. Welcome to a new vlog. I have spent most of today faffing around with the vlog that went out before this one. I've also exercised from home. I haven't had any fresh air today. It is 6:30 p.m. I am about to start drafting an essay. As I said, today is Wednesday. The devotional, the faith note that I write, that has gone out this morning. We now need to start writing the Sunday essay. I've got an idea, but I haven't researched it or anything like that. As I said, I have spent most of today faffing around with a different video, and I have to say I am not massively impressed with it. I was having some issues with my camera, with the focus on it, and I haven't managed to fix it yet, and so there are elements of that video, the vlog that just went out, that aren't quite right. And I'm trying to figure out whether I'm just having one of those days, whether I'm genuinely just unimpressed. I think the issue with these sorts of things, particularly with creative endeavours, is that if you produce quite frequently, weekly or bi-weekly, inevitably there is going to be some of what you produce that you're not going to be massively blown away by. And I can't really accept that. I don't like that aspect of creative work. Because I'm unimpressed with that video, I am not really in the mood to do anything creatively right now, but consistency is key, as is discipline, and so I need to do the work regardless. I love putting the vlogs together. I love making everyday and ordinary things seem interesting and beautiful. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to come on here and complain before we get to the work that we need to do today. I'm going to write this Sunday about water. I love water. I don't really know what else to say. Obviously I drink a lot of it, and because of what's been going on in the world, we've all had to think about those who don't have water just running out of a tap constantly. I don't think we can really get our heads around that, what it means to not have access to water when you want it. And so it's been raining a lot. I started watching a documentary on BBC iPlayer about Thames Water. Thames Water is the main water service provider we have here in England and Wales, I think. They are in billions of debt. They are under fire and have been for the last couple of years for polluting our water sources, and they don't have the money really to fix the infrastructure that would prevent pollution spilling into rivers. With my culture essays that I produce on Sundays, I studied journalism in uni at undergrad level, and then I did creative writing and publishing as a master's after that, and so a lot of the culture essays I write lean into current affairs as well, and I kind of regard culture as a very broad sort of topic. So yeah, I want to write about water this week. That's an interesting topic to me anyway. So this evening I want to do a lot of research into drafting the bare bones, because obviously with a topic like that and with the points I want to hit, I need to research it quite thoroughly. We are going to do about an hour or so worth of work today. I'm going to get over myself and my moodiness. It's not helping that it's grey and raining all the time. I was kidding myself and saying that I'm looking forward to the coziness of it all, and the clock's going back, and wearing leather gloves and big thick coats and my scarf again, and you know, buying hot chocolates from Cafe Nero. But now that we're actually here, I don't like it. What I might do is record my screen so you can see a little bit of the process for you fellow writers out there, and also just for anyone who's interested. Okay, so I thought it would be better for me to do a voiceover for this part. So I have here a jotting down of notes. So it's a plan, but it's more just like a brain dump of different things that came to mind when I was thinking about this topic. So I'm just going to quickly divide what I've got here into different sections. So an intro, a middle, and then a conclusion. Okay, so I'm back. And I have kind of just roughly divided what I've so far written for this plan into different sections. So this is introduction, paragraph 2, which is just like me elaborating on what I intend to say in the intro that I will write at a later date when I've finished doing the research for this piece. And then I've got here middle, which is like the middle portion of this essay, middle paragraph 1, which is going to deal with the Thames Water documentary and all the information I got from there, and the state of our water services in this country specifically. Middle paragraph 2 will elaborate on that a little bit more and make the connection between that crisis and our drinking water, our cleaning water, the water that we use on a day-to-day basis. That paragraph will also start to talk about where we're at as a country with our water supply and our access to water. Middle paragraph 3 will talk about water in a much broader sense, why we are wherever it is where we are, once I've done the research and kind of fed that information through. I've got written here, what is our propensity for sleepwalking into a crisis? Is there any way to stop doing that? Or is our collective selfishness beyond reckoning? So it will kind of just deal with climate change at large and the fact that no one's really doing anything about it, which is where my own commentary and ideas will kind of filter through. And then the conclusion I've left blank here because that kind of comes together when I've written and researched the other bits of the essay. There's a Guardian article that I need to read again and take note of about water generally in this country. I'm going to read the Guardian article and any other bits and pieces I need to read and add those notes onto this essay plan. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to write the intro and start to move through this essay plan and write it up essentially. That should take me to Friday evening. Good morning. It is Thursday. It's gone up to 10 o'clock. I am about to start work for the day. My job. I was supposed to start at 9, so maybe I'll go until 2 today, but I've made my coffee. This morning I was putting some more work into the essay that we were working on yesterday. We've done an intro and I was writing it and it was taking a bit of time, but writing ebbs and flows for me, and I think for most people. Sometimes it's a very smooth, light process, and other times it is like trying to get blood out of a stone. So I like to listen to podcasts while I work. Who doesn't? But I have like a menu of podcasts that I kind of work my way through every morning. The first one tends to be The Guardian's Today in Focus, which is just a good like news podcast. They're never really longer than half an hour. Might listen to This American Life, cozy radio show that chooses a topic every week. I'm not sure how frequently they publish them, but there's a few others. There's a few history ones. I like listening to The Rest is History sometimes. And there's a good story, kind of immersive podcast called A Short History Of, and they choose a different topic every week. There's another good one that's called Cautionary Tales. Malcolm Gladwell has a good kind of history-ish podcast, stories that were overlooked or misreported by the media when they broke. There's a few others. Let me open my podcast app and see what's going on. If I am in the mood for art history, I'll listen to A Shared Gaze. For a faith-based podcast, I like listening to Pastor Rook's Daily Hope. My mum put me onto that one. There's also a good one by Megan Ashley called Totality. I think it's called In Totality. That's a good faith-based podcast as well. What else is there? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Woman's Hour by BBC Radio 4. There's a lot of good podcasts that, you know, if you're not in the mood for reading, obviously a podcast is a good substitute. But yeah, a lot of the ones I like to listen to are history-based. So red for some reason. I think it's because it's so dark outside. Maybe I need to fix the exposure. The weather has completely turned. Earlier today, the sky was blue, the sun was shining. There were a few white fluffy clouds in the sky, and now there's like a light grey sheet over the entire globe, it looks like. There was like a brief storm as well while I was getting ready, and it's like a eerie calm outside now. Anyway, it is not the kind of week for me, I don't feel like, where I can just sit in my room and work. I can rarely do that anyway. I find that very hard. So we're taking ourselves out despite the weather. I am sticking to my guns. I know it's gonna rain again. I can feel it. I do need to put in a few hours of just like head down, locked in, that sort of writing. So I need to be sitting somewhere outside of the house to do that. And guess who worked out from home again today? Me. I just can't with the gym this week. I can't see myself there. And that goes for running as well. And the thing is, I can just push through and do it, because you can do that with anything really, but I just can't at the same time. I did my weight training from home today. I did not run. I have not run all week. I think running is just one of those things that I love the way I feel after I've done it. And I always talk about running as if I run like these super long distances, when typically I don't tend to run longer than half an hour. I don't love the feeling of running. I like the feeling of pushing through and doing something hard, but I don't actually like the physical sensation of running. Maybe it's because I used to smoke. I don't know, but my stamina is not fantastic. So even when I am pushing myself to do like 25, 30 minutes without stopping, it really does feel like I'm doing the Ironman challenge. So yeah, so it's 3:30. It's 3:15 actually. Yeah, the weather's not looking great, but I've made a commitment. I'm going to see it through. Maybe gonna buy myself some dinner as well while we're out. I used to hate this hairstyle growing up, but I'm an adult now and I'm a little bit more chic. So I kind of like it now. I'm not feeling the mini twists this time. I think that I prefer when I do them a lot smaller, and I clearly underestimated how small really is, because I haven't got a lot of volume. And I like to wear them down, and I just feel like they're very flat to my head this time. But I am going to take them out soon and do something with my hair for a particular occasion. More on that later. But yeah, at the moment I can survive with them in 4 buns like this. Paired of some earrings and a baggy jumper. Very nice. It was at this moment that I somehow enabled a setting that disabled all audio on my camera. So all the clips that I gathered from around the 12th of September to the end of this vlog and beyond are all muted. So I'm trying to figure out how I can give some of these clips some context. After I finished covering the pop-up store, which is just a space that houses multiple clothing brands, I then went to drama class on the following day, which I haven't really spoken a lot about on here. I started taking acting classes a few months ago, but I don't think I've ever mentioned it because I'm still feeling my way around it, but that's what I did on Saturday. And then after I finished my class, I went and did a little bit of shopping. I had been invited to go to Albania the following week, so I wanted to get some toiletries and stuff, some skincare bits and pieces. And then I went to see the new Downton Abbey film with my family because my mum is like a die-hard Downton Abbey fan, and we went to the Everyman Cinema, which is the cinema that serves you food and drinks while you're seated. And then the next day I went to church in the morning. When I got home from church that day, I did attempt to do like a mini holiday haul, but obviously there's no audio for that, so I'll just run through some of those things now. I got an SPF 50 from Superdrug, it's a simple one, and I also brought some more earrings, just some cheap silver hoops from Primark. Some of the thicker variety, and the other kind are the skinny hoops, which I really like the way that the big hoops look when they're skinnier. I also brought some more underwear and some socks. I also brought a pack of wipes and a new vitamin E gel cream, which is just my standard daily moisturiser. This is pretty much where this vlog ends. Obviously, I'm incredibly annoyed with what happened with almost a month's worth of vlogging footage, but these situations force you to be adaptable and also just help you to train and regulate your emotions. Like, as you know, I spent the day that I discovered what happened with the footage pretty much bed rotting, but you kind of just have to get up and go again with these sorts of things. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog either way. Cheers, and I will see you very shortly.